When a perfume bottle breaks, it smells the strongest, but for the last time. I hope the bottle is not broken yet. I want to see it break in front of me one last time. Rehan, it's been 19 seasons of the IPL. We've had MS Dhoni winning the IPL 5 times, and it's now or never for MS Dhoni and CSK. We don't know whether MS Dhoni will retire or not after this IPL. Will CSK fans ever get to watch his farewell game in Chennai? Will his last game be at Ahmedabad or any other venue of the playoffs? We are still in a zone of uncertainty. But we are making this video today because we want to celebrate the legacy that he's going to be leaving behind. If today or even say next year, whenever he decides to leave the IPL, it's going to be a heartwarming legacy. When you look back, even if you're not MS Dhoni, if you're just a not even a CSK fan, just as an admirer of cricket, you look what he's achieved, not just for Indian cricket, but IPL too. There was a time 3 or 4 years back when MS Dhoni was the full-time captain. You used to say that teams battle out in the IPL to play the final against Chennai Super Kings. And it was mostly MI versus CSK. But even when MI was not there, it was KKR versus CSK, it was SRH versus CSK. So you've had almost 10 IPL finals in which CSK have qualified, and out of these 10 have been won by MS Dhoni. You see the moment MS Dhoni steps aside from leadership, you see the difference in quality of leadership. When someone like Ruturaj Gaikwad, or for that matter, Ravindra Jadeja as well, when he was leading, you saw the difference. Dhoni came back in 23, won the T20, won the IPL. In 21 as well, when everyone had ruled out, they were titled as Daddy's Armies and everything. You knew that there is something special about this player. As a CSK fan, how much would you miss MS Dhoni?
Yeah, you will always realize his importance after he has left the game. But records speak for himself, Naman. He has won the IPL with bowlers like Shardul Thakur and Tushar Deshpande. So, I mean, that can be, uh, an accolade for any captain.
Yeah.
But keeping jokes aside, he has been such a brilliant leader uh, because he has made mediocre sides win championships only based on how far you can push their potential. You see players like Ambati Raidu, Shane Watson, Bravo, Ashwin Jadeja doing all well under his captaincy. It is because he has always defined a role for these individuals and they have been able to deliver on the big stage. His batting, of course, is second to none. Even his records at number six are till date so stellar that it will take another, I don't know, 5, 6 years for any other batter to probably reach those numbers. Uh, so he is going to have a great time after retirement at Chennai Super Kings, grooming the younger talent. But Chennai are going to miss him as a player for sure. If he was in his prime and it was this Chennai team, the results could have been very different. You could have seen
Correct.
Chennai probably in
In
that
the
top
top
four
two.
at,
Correct.
yeah, at least as we speak. But yeah, his tactical side is underrated, is what I feel. It will be missed, and it will not be replaced in the IPL in years to come.
And I genuinely am not a CSK fan this IPL, but I have to agree with each and every word that it's spoken today. Let's look at the legacy that he's going to leave behind. 2008 IPL, the first inaugural IPL. He's up against Rajasthan Royals keeper Shane Warne, the greatest ever spin bowler there is. He loses against Rajasthan, but he still is in the finals. 2009 IPL qualifier too, if we can term it in that sense. 2010 IPL against the Mumbai Indians, he wins. 2011 against RCB, he wins.
RCB. Yeah.
2012 again in the finals, he loses against KKR. 2013 against Mumbai Indians, the finals he wins. He loses. 2014 he did not qualify, but you remember that iconic Suresh Raina knock against the Kings
Yes,
11
yes.
Punjab. So playoffs again. 2015 again 2015 he was there in the finals but loses to Mumbai Indians. 2016-17 unfortunately there was no CSK. 2016 he had a very bad season as captain of the Pune Super Giants. 2017 the captaincy was taken away from him. There was a lot of drama around that, but he still managed to go to the finals as a player. Again, here losing to the Mumbai Indians. It's been like a thorn in his flesh. 2018, he comes back. The Chennai Super King comes back. The first game against the Mumbai Indians in the IPL, the Dwayne Bravo innings, the Kedar Jadhav scoop shot for six, and that is how CSK came back. And the entire season, the revival of Ambati Rayudu, the emergence of Shane Watson just as an opening batsman, a pure batsman, not an all-rounder. 2018 final, you win. You remember that iconic Shane Watson innings versus Hyderabad in the
Right.
finals. 2019, you come back. again in the final, man. I mean, you lose to Mumbai Indians, but that's fine. But that just speaks about the quality of leadership. The entire tournament, he was struggling. Shane Watson was literally struggling. You back him, you play him in the 2020 season as well. He almost delivered in the finals. 2020, again, the COVID thing, Suresh Raina deciding to opt out of the IPL. New faces coming in, not a lot of game time. Dhoni has retired. So obviously you did not qualify. But what happens in 21? He comes back and he wins again. That too against a revived uh, KKR side. At that time, see, I remember I was watching the finals, and it was Ian Morgan versus MS Dhoni. And in my mind, it was the battle of the two greatest ever white ball captains in that era. 2019 World Cup winner Ian Morgan versus 2011 World Cup winner MS Dhoni, and Dhoni came out winning. So that was another thing. 22, the captaincy was given to Jadeja. Some shit happened. Captaincy was given back to MS. There were doubts whether Jadeja will return or not, but just due to his bond with MS, he returned in 23. And you saw what happened in the last two balls of that final. It was Jadeja who won MS the IPL. And that moment, we all know that he could have retired, but he chose to come back and play. Now it's been two more seasons. The season he's not played, but he wanted to give back to his fans the kind of love and reception that he received that entire IPL. You've just seen the legacy, and after that, he's just given the captaincy away to Ruturaj Gaikwad, and you could see the difference in leadership in terms of walking the talk, in terms of everything for CSK. But the good thing for a CSK fan is that he's still around, and I'm going to cut short my monologue right here and ask you to continue.
No, I feel you have summarized it very beautifully. Even though you're not a CSK fan, but the way you pinpoint the details, that was completely great from your side. But yeah, you completely covered his entire captaincy journey, and as a player also. For me, what stands out is the players that he has made during this time, and the contributions that are there in the Indian side. I mean, you talk about Suresh Raina, he has taken Suresh Raina to another level.
Right.
Although he has not been able to, probably build leaders in that team, because there were so many of them. You speak of McCallum, you speak of Bravo, Shane Watson, all of these players were there, but Indian captains probably was not able to develop in his tenure. But yeah, the players, the quality, he was able to take the best out of them. That's going to be something that's going to be remembered for a long time. And I feel that in the IPL, tactics nowadays have taken a bit of a backseat. A lot of data and numbers have come into play. A lot of matchups have come into play. Whereas I feel in today's day and age, it should be more about the potential of the player. That's what Dhoni focused on. That's why his success has been over a decade now. And yeah, again, Naman, his batting records are going to be very difficult to beat at number six. I keep repeating this because in 2026, we only speak about top three, the openers and number three. And in the orange cap race, also, you see them. But you hardly speak about these finishers where the list is very short. Miller, Pollard, and Dhonis of the world are disappearing. So in that way, it's going to be hard for anyone to replace MS Dhoni. But yeah, it's his tactic side is going to be remembered for years to come.
You spoke about tactics. Let's just go back, and you should also think upon it. Your three favorite MS Dhoni, the captain tactical moments throughout his IPL career. I know what is number one. We can skip to that later. The final moment versus Pollard, but like number three, number two, number one. If you can like just
Um, I may not able be I may not be able to rank them in order, but one of the decisions that I remember, which was very smart from him, was to use Ashwin against Chris Gale in that 2011 final. A lot of people usually don't play spin in the power play. And during those times, I'm talking about 15 years back, to bring a spinner in the power play and to get Chris Gale's wicket, that was very smart of him. Number two would be, you rightly put out that point of Shane Watson carrying him throughout the season and then him coming good in the final. That was another great call by MS Dhoni. And that Pollard fielding in 2010, where he kept a fielder straight, right beneath his eyes, that is going to be remembered for a long time. So these are the three moments that I remember of MS tactically.
one more moment I would like to add here is just before the 2018 final, in the press conference, he was asked that question and he responded saying, I have many bikes at my home. I don't use each and every one every day. And he chose Karan Sharma over Harbhajan Singh in the IPL final, and he picked up the wicket of Kane Williamson, which he was the orange cap winner of that season. So that again and again, coming to what you said, one moment that I can really recollect is 2010 IPL final, the wicket of Kyron Pollard straight. 12 years later, 2022, Jadeja bowling, Shivam Dube at long on, straight on if we can say it. And again, so it's not just a one-off thing. If you see from an India perspective, also the 2007 T20 World Cup final, giving the final over to Joginder Sharma over Harbhajan Singh. So he has that tactical acuteness of making the right decisions, but also trusting his gut when when it matters the most. Now let's
And I
give
think the best record for him is players talking about his
correct. Yeah.
captaincy and tactics.
Yep.
You see Venkatesh Iyer also speak about, if you remember in the interview, he had mentioned that square of the wicket is one of his favorite shots to play, and he knows where the fielders are.
Correct.
But MS actually shifted an angle of that fielder, and it resulted in a wicket. So
That was
these are the
Hardik.
small
That was
things.
Hardik's wicket, if I'm remembering correctly.
No, it was Venkatesh Iyer actually
Then it has happened for Hardik as well because he shifted one player from the left side to the right side, and the next ball Hardik got out.
for Gujarat Titans. Correct.
Correct. Yeah.
Yes.
So that is something as well. Another point, if I can remember correctly, in terms of his wicket keeping, what are your three favorite wicket keeping moments for MS Dhoni in his IPL
You've
career?
put me you've put me in a spot, but I only remember that stumping of Shubman Gill.
23
I
final.
think it was the final. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was actually very smart and very quick. Uh, they were actually batting at no loss. If I remember, they were batting so well in the power play,
Correct. Yeah.
and
It
that
was
was
his,
the first wicket
and
of the
Shubman Gill
final.
was the player of the season.
So yeah, that wicket keeping moment I definitely remember, and one of the catches I believe of Dwayne Bravo was it? I don't remember the bowler, but again it was somewhere in the business end of the tournament. But yeah, overall his wicket keeping has been phenomenal.
One more moment I'd like to point out for you is the 2016 match where RCB was playing against Pune Super Giants in Chinnaswamy, and Kohli was going all guns blazing. He played a fine shot to short third of Ashwin, and then suddenly you see MS Dhoni's leg coming up, and he's deflecting and he's sealing the four. So that was one moment that I like personally. Now coming to the
Even in
last,
that match, if
yeah,
you remember, even in that match, if you remember removing AB de Villiers, it was a
correct,
stumping from Imran
stumping.
Tahir.
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
And I think he stumped off De Villiers one more time versus Harbhajan Singh in 2018 as well.
correct,
You'll miss the quick hands, man. I mean, you've got some sort of a quick wicket keeper in Dhruv Chahal, but no one comes close to MS.
right.
Now from a batsman perspective, I think that's what we've known MS for as a finisher, as a batsman, as a leader. But your most iconic knock of his, if you can just through the years,
Very difficult again, Naman. I remember there was one knock against SRH. You see a lot of Instagram reels and clips coming up where
versus
he
Thisara Pereira, if I'm not wrong.
correct was it Tishara Pereira and there was Dale Steyn also in that lineup
Correct.
during those days.
Yes.
It was in the year of 2013, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was the
Uh,
game in Ranchi's hometown as well.
Ranchi. So that innings is number one for me. I remember that knock very well. During the years, his finishing has been good. So he has had these small cameos where he has done very well for the team and ended up finishing the games. One game that is very close to my heart is that game against Mumbai Indians, where Jaydev Unadkat gave a lot of runs in the last over. They needed some 16 in the final over, and he hit 6 4 6 and he finished the game. So that game was something that was very special for him.
And do you remember the game versus Kolkata Knight Riders, 7 of 23?
I think we should not put that in number one, but yeah,
But
that was
my
a
number
bizarre
one,
innings.
my two of my top five knocks, if you can say that, have come against the Royal Challengers Bangalore in 2018 IPL. The ball was turning square. It was Ambati Raidu and MS, and then he decided to take on the bowling. And yeah, I mean that game was pretty special. I remember when Corey Anderson was bowling the last ball, and MS Dhoni stepped like a bit to his right, and then just smoked one over mid off. And I remember Shane Watson's reaction saying, "How the fuck has this guy hit this ball out of the stadium like this?" And that was one of the aura moments for MS Dhoni. And the other knock, then the same match next year, where He almost won the game against Umesh Yadav.
Hmm.
It was 1 ball, 2 runs needed, and then Parthiv Patel run out Shardul Thakur. It was, and in 2019 final, it was MS Dhoni who was run out, but smaller margins. But these are two knocks, and again, I think you would agree with me. His best knock would have to be the 2010 knock against the Kings 11 Punjab in Dharamshala. We've
Yeah, where he took down Irfan Pathan.
we've often
Yes.
heard Harsha Bhogle saying, "I was just walking through the ground, and I heard one sound. That was the ball leaving the Dharamshala stadium, and an angry Thala celebrating in the face of the Kings 11 Punjab ownership." I mean, some moments are just made for it.
Right. And also one moment that I'll remember for a long time is that when he won in the 23 championship, he handed over the trophy to Jadeja and Ambati Raidu. So he
Correct.
doesn't like to always have the center of attention. He likes to show his teammates that they are equally contributing in that lineup. So yeah, that's a special moment also.
He actually had invited Ambati Raidu to on the podium to receive the trophy along with him.
Right.
And in 21, now that you've said that, I remember he came, he handed over the trophy. He walked to the left. Stephen Fleming was standing and he said, "Job done." I mean, that's his job. I mean,
Right.
honestly, there will be a few captains that will come close to him. Maybe you will see someone like a Rajat Patidar or Shreyas Iyer come close to him when they close their careers with say 3 or 4 titles. But with the consistency that we've seen with MS Dhoni in his prime years, it's safe to assume that he's the best ever IPL franchise captain that we've ever had in this tournament. Not even a Rohit Sharma would come close to him because of the thing that we know that all the finals that Rohit has captained in IPL, he's won. But he's played alternate years. You would also have to consider that MS has played more than 10 finals as captain.
You're right. Actually, the numbers speak for himself. And if you see, again, I'm comparing the sides. I know there is a lot of criticism drawn when people say Mumbai Indians have had the better team and they won championships. But
Correct.
but if you see Chennai, uh, they have good players, but probably not the best on paper. But
Correct.
still, they are
They
able to
have the they
make
have
it
the
to the
best balanced team, if you can say that.
balanced team. Yes. So in those terms, tangible and intangible, both of those factors, if you consider, then yes, MS Dhoni has to be one of the best to play the IPL.
Great. I think honestly, when we tried and thought we'll shoot this video, we didn't think that it'll go out so good. But now in the final segment, let's nail down our or your combined playing 11 for CSK through the years with MS Dhoni as the captain at number 7 in the finisher's role because his jersey number is 7. But you get to choose the other 10 players, like the dream CSK team of all time.
You know, the dream CSK, I'll make it very short, for me is the 2010. I really loved the team in 2010. Uh, Keeping nostalgia aside, the team was really good with quality players. And Suresh Raina at its peak, MS Dhoni, you had Bravo also. I think it was his first season with CSK in that uh, glorious years to follow. And Matthew Hayden also. So I'll pick that 2010 side of CSK. What about you?
I will have a mix of players, but I'm not restricting myself to foreign overseas players. I want to choose as much as I want to. I'll have Shane
Go ahead.
Watson and Matthew Hayden. Oh, sorry, I won't have Shane Watson. I'll have Michael Hussey and Matthew Hayden opening for me. Suresh Raina at 3. Badrinath at number 4. I will have, well, it's difficult to choose now that if you can help me out. Obviously, I'll have Dhoni, I'll have Jadeja, I'll have Ashwin, and I'll have Bravo. But apart from this, if you can
Right.
help. You want to have Albi Mokil?
I'll be Morkel. And I feel if you're not
I'm
having
I'm
the limit,
I'm going with the same side which was mine, 2010. I don't think there is
because
any
Dougie Bollinger and Hilfenhaus were also a part.
Dirk
So
Nannis, Dirk Nannis,
Dirk Nannes. And if you look at
with
the Indian
Muralidhar
bowlers,
and
Murli,
Veer.
there was Manpreet Goni also. There was Sudeep Tyagi. Mohit Sharma came in
I'm
later, but yeah.
I'm not choosing Tyagi because he bowls a lot of no balls.
But yeah, there were so many players, so many
Ishwar
underrated players.
Pandey, if you
Mohit
remember.
Sharma, Ishwar Pandey, these players actually did well in his captaincy. So very difficult to choose the bowling and the batting, if you ask me.
Would you choose
And the
Deepak
foreign
Chahar?
players. But yeah, because of the bond that is there with Dhoni, of course. But you missed out even Brendan McCullum, Dwayne Smith, all these years that they have
I'm
been.
not choosing McCallum in the CSK side because of what he did to Raina in that series. Sorry. I wanted CSK to win that year. But again, it was Since Mumbai was not there, I obviously prefer CSK. If Dhoni plays this year, I honestly will switch from RCB to CSK as my second. Now the first team of choice. Yeah. So yeah, Rehan, any last words for Thala? He's not dying. He's just retiring in case he's retiring.
Yeah, I feel that he might not get a chance in this IPL, being very honest with you, because of the injuries and the team combination. So he probably played his last game in 2025. So I don't see him make it this year. But yeah, his tactic should be passed on to Rudraj, and maybe that will help CSK to qualify this year.
Think just one last sentence to wrap it all up, to summarize the entire meeting, to summarize the entire podcast. It's when a perfume bottle breaks, it smells the strongest, but for the last time. I hope the bottle is not broken yet. I want to see it break in front of me one last time. Thank you.